Illegal drugs.
I think the first is to address, not only, but address the problem of drugs. To address the problem of drugs. It's not that drug kills. Not only AGK, na parang number 2 na ang grabe ang drugs. So I would have expected your question to be, how do you deal with the drug problem? What do you say? Because drug kills and very silent. It's very sad to have the count of killings. Very sad. Don't erase that in a very sad. I'm worried about it. But I also wish you to make calculations how many future lives destroyed by drugs. How many were killed by drugs? How many families were destroyed by drugs? So that's a very important question to me. No? Sometimes diminished. Because you start your question like killings, which do not make a mistake like that. Terrible, like Ian. It's very terrible, not terrible. So I would not say, I always answer saying, number one, we never realized until President Duterte parang open it na. Igunitan dito ba? I cannot emphasize it enough.
Meron daw pong proposed summit on... sir, ibigay ko na.
Sige. Sino?
Sir, yung summit on human rights, is it for a real or when do you like to host that summit?
I will consult first the head of states.
Here, sir?
In the heads of states.
APEC or ASEAN?
All. World Summit on Human Rights. Kita mo, lalabas lahat yan dyan. And all the victims of human rights violation are invited to come and air their gripe or grievances.
Sir, will you invite the UN to monitor the summit? Or at least
UN is... I'm more comfortable with a panel of lawyers. Kasi maintindihan nila kaagad the legal implications. And maybe experts in the science of medicine and the destruction of the human body. Yan ang bomba. And hindi fair si yung maniwala kay Calamard. When she brought in that black doctor and said na use of drugs is not harmful, doon ako nawalaan ng respeto. Sana yung of all the drugs characterized by this document of the United Nations, the precursors, United Nations, the report is 2014. Kopyahin mo yan, bigyan ko kayo pag cannabis is a depression, everything. Ecstasy, overdose would kill you. Cocaine, same, mixed with alcohol. Pero walang dito. Ayaw kasi maniwala ng gagay. Heroin is users risk overdosing on heroin, which can lead to coma and death through respiratory depression. LSD, the physical effects are small compared to the psychological and emotional effects. It's still in the brain. Methamphetamine. Ito, tignan mo ang other side effects. Methamphetamine use sometimes triggers aggressive, violent, and bizarre behavior, among others. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, lumalaban talaga to. Ayun ang maniwala ng mga gago eh. And here comes Calamard with that American doctor, he's black, and he had the goal to announce before the Republic of the Philippines. He must have assumed that we are stupid So, no, drug abuse will not harm them. This is, bigyan mo na lang sila, Bong. You get your copy. Total, matagal pa naman kayo dito. We still have a long way to go. But I'll give you a photostock mo. Tapos, sabihin mo kay Calamard, ibalik niya yung doktor dito. Yung kulot, kasi gupitan ko yun sa airport.
Okay.
Totoo. No, we don't allow such kind of hairdo for men. You have to have a haircut like a man. Gago. Talagang gago. Ang Calamard, so bakit ako magpa-imbestiga kay Calamard? Anak ka ng, I must be crazy. Why will I submit to her for an investigation? Nagdala na nga ang gaga dito ng doktor, nagsabi na walang effect daw ang stupid. Kita mo naman kagaguhan ng mga ulol. Ako pa ngayon ang kontrabida. Bigyan ko lahat. Binigay na sa inyo? Sana ma-addict kayo para...
Hi, Mr. President, si Alvin El Chico po.
Yeah, of course.
Sir, aside from the meeting with U.S. President Trump sa ASEAN, what will be the highlight of the ASEAN Summit? Anong ipupush po ninyo bilateral meetings with other countries?
As bilaterals, sa Russia, I would like to have a small window to export our products. But this has to be done by siguro in DTI natin and some other guys, yung mga bright guys natin. Dominguez would also be a key player there. Yung just a small window muna where we can start maybe our exports there and find out what are really exportable and saleable. Para sa akin, pure negosyo man to kasi wala naman tayong, except that Russia, if ganang gustuhan nila, they can always support us. They have to replenish the arms that were used in Marawi, and I need to have the new rifles and some armaments that if they are willing to share it with us, I can pay, but it could be something low, not really a grant, but it could be something like a soft loan with enough years to earn the money to pay them. Yun lang. Sa Amerika, well, I would like to say that if the issue of really human rights, and I said we'll just talk about it later, we should have a summit only on human rights. But we should call all. Not zero in on me. Bakit ako lang? There are so many violations of human rights, including sa United States. Including the continuous bombing in the Middle East, killing civilians. Pati mga bata, eskwelahan nila. And yung namatay along the way, and those who are responsible for it, in the countries that did the bombings there, America, then you have recently France and Russia. So mine is just a small list. So let's have a summit of how we can protect the human rights for all human race. And nandito na lang rin tayo. Bakit pag-usapan natin yung Pilipinas? What makes the death of people in the Philippines more important than the rest of the children in the world who were massacred and killed? Diba? So we should call a summit, and I will volunteer to make the Philippines the venue. But I would call first Calamard. I have not heard you comment on the so many killings, the victims of bombs and of violence there in the Middle East. What have you been doing all the time? Why are you so fascinated with drugs? And you also should take note that there are plenty of Americans who died because of drugs. You need not really zero in on the police, but how about the doctors who prescribe them? The opioid epidemic. They are responsible for those guys who are really reckless. They should also be investigated by the human rights. You must be crazy. They are the ones who did it. You cannot get it without a prescription. Who's the culprit? See? We live in a very incongruous world. At least for once, Calamard and the rest should be decent enough to accept it. Let us investigate all violations of human rights committed by all governments. I said just because it happened 40 years ago, it happened 100 years ago. When it was wrong then, it is definitely still wrong now.
Last question because it's been a long day. Ay, naku, meron pang humahabol. Anyway, tanong natin si Mayor.
Sige, okay lang.
Okay lang, okay.
Maayong gabi, Mayor. Philip Tabesa po sa
When I am among beautiful ladies, Harry, I am really inspired to talk until morning time.
Okay.
Andiyan si Peng. Bakit ka na dating dito? Who authorized you to be here?
Maayong gabi, Mayor. Kahapon po nag-issue ng statement si VP Robredo, quoting Defense Chief Lorenzana and AFP Chief Guerrero, saying that the military daw po would not support a revolutionary government in the country. Could we get your comments, sir?
Tama siya. Tinanong ko ang military, sabi nila, hindi kami susuporta ng revolutionary government. Sabi ko, why? Sabi nila, dahil sabi ni Vice President Robredo, o bakit? Sabi niya, mas gusto namin siya, babae, at saka hindi nagmumura, gano'n. Ako, sige. Hindi tayo mag-revolutionary government.
So
Tama siya.
It's off the table na po, sir.
Correct siya. Ha?
It's off the table na po.
Sino ba naman pa nang mag-revolutionary ka? Hindi mag-revolutionary ka na diretso. Bakit ka pong magdra-madra?
Thank you, sir.
Alvin Chico.
Pero tama siya. Ayaw ng gusto ng military siya ang dapat sundin si Robredo.